Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more The Long Journey Home. And we just entered the system and immediately got a mission offer from the Kudhast here. And I'm not sure if I've encountered that race or not before. It seemed familiar, but I've done a number of playthroughs at this point, and as well a couple live streams, so it could be something that I encountered in my live stream. But the appearance of those aliens seem familiar to me. All right, we may be able to lock in here. It looks like we will, perhaps, although the star is going to suck us in if we don't get this quickly. Okay, so we don't have a lot of risk here. Gravity is low. Temperature is Arctic. Medium convection. Atmosphere is thin. There is some lightning, so that's the low risk. I'm going to change the pilot here, mostly because the archaeologist already has an injury, and I think we're better off having somebody that has no injuries. Doesn't look like there's any structures or life forms, so more than likely not going to be anything to encounter on the surface, but we do have silicates and iron to encounter. Before we do that, though, we should probably use some resources that we have. So we've got carbonates, which I'm going to use to refuel my EM tank. And let's go ahead and land. And this is all that there is in this system, so once we're done with this, we'll move on. Oh, we're already getting hit by the lightning. Taking some damage. Okay. I don't want to take more than 3, though, because that means I won't be able to pick up the iron over here. And I don't want to spend too much time on this planet either because of the lightning. Ow! I think the lightning kind of frags your systems, too. Just touch down. Ooh. A little bit of a wind blowing. Trying to use the reverse thrust to anchor myself. All right, away we go. All right, I have to take a little bit of a cut here, so we'll be right back in a minute. Sorry about that, but a neighbor started up their mower, and I wanted to wait until they were done with that before we moved on here. So as far as our resources go, we're now more or less full up. And I can repair our lander, as we did take a little bit of damage there. I think using the magnesium makes a lot of sense, as it does unlock one of our slots here. Okay. Well, that was all that was in this system, so let's go ahead and jump out of here. I'm not sure if this alien ship's gonna follow us. And we have to go to this system for our mission. There's 2 red exclamation points. I'm not exactly sure what that's telling us. Can't reach that system. We have a black hole here. And, well, I think it's pretty obvious where we're going to jump to. We're going to jump to where our mission is. Okay. We'll let the star slingshot us for the moment. Now, it looks like both those planets are highlighted for our mission. We need to orbit, then find it, and send down a lander. So we don't really know which of the planets, so we're having to check both. Looks like they have followed us. At this point, we do have resources that I think we should use to refill our tanks. I'm going to use the sulfates as we have less of them and it'll be easier to empty out a cargo slot. Well, actually, what do we have in this system? Carbonates and silicates. So we already have silicates. Let's use these sulfates. Okay. Let's bring back up the map. All right, I'm not exactly sure where our orbit's going to end up here. I see no point in burning fuel if we're already kind of going on the right path. But it looks like we are starting to get pulled into the star, which we don't want to do. We want to come out and again, this is where I think the right stick would really help. I can't really tell where I'm going very well here. It'd be a lot better if I could, you know, kind of change my trajectory in a more intelligent way rather than like smacking into things, kind of guesstimating where my trajectory is taking me. Okay. Okay, there's nothing down there, so it's unlikely you want to encounter this guy. It looks like another member of that same race. Let's hail them. Okay, another herald. Greetings, humans. We believe our previous emissaries failed to give you a copy of the changing word. It is our testament ever written as we discover more of our part of the galaxy. You may find it useful as well as interesting. So, the Book of Fallen Candles, a Kudas tome prophesizing the final resting place of their 3 fabled relics. We will take that. Blessings of the truth be upon you. It is said that the truth will lead us to what we seek. May it do the same for you. You know what? I am fairly certain I have encountered these guys before because I seem to remember showing them the keystone and having them go berserk on me. So, let's not do that. We can show them this. Many apologies. Our knowledge of your galaxy remains limited. For now, brother. Of course, of course. Let's ask them about themselves. We're heralds of the Kudas, here to bring truth to this dark corner of the galaxy. Admittedly, we're still fighting over which of our truths is right. I do not fight, brother. I know. But we already have work. We can ask them about their home. We come from the distant stars, now blackened. We rode Starfather's veins and drank Starmother's milk until the stars began to go dark. Of course, that was after our greatest and wisest departed on the Great Corellian Crusade. Yes, thank you. The humans do not need to know all of our history. Because the symbiote tree wasn't invited. Okay. Oh, we can sell stuff to them, but I'm just gonna hang up. We could be selling them resources and getting currency that way, and that might be something we end up doing. Before you go, perhaps a parting blessing. Okay, sure. We read you an extract from the Book of the Crusade. From the darkness into light, our Kutas born, into the darkness from light, it is our destiny to fade and be reborn. As we shine, it is our task and privilege to illuminate Starfather's veins, to bring truth to the labyrinth of stars. Yet over time, the candles of heaven expired. From the dark places came the dragons that were death and war and entropy, and against whom only the truth could stand. Yet, in non-truth, did we find ourselves. The elder spoke. This state of affairs could not continue. The Great Crusade was called to venture forth into the labyrinth of stars and discover the threefold key that would open the way through the pillars of ascension and usher in a whole new age of enlightenment for the Kudast and the material plane that was their solemn duty to protect. This concludes the passage. Thank you for listening. Yeah, see, keystone, threefold key. I think we kind of have uncovered a little bit of truth here. So yes, I have encountered this race before. It was in one of my streams, I think. I showed the alien the key, and they went berserk and killed me. So it's not a good idea to show them that. But they, unlike many others, actually know what it is. Well, that little Bible thing that they gave me, or pamphlet, or whatever it was that they gave me, may prove valuable. Now, whether or not it's going to keep me in orbit, no, it's going to have me collide with the planet immediately. That needs to change. That is frustrating as hell. When you have an encounter, it should keep you on the same trajectory you had. And that was complete and total bullcrap. Okay. So we're back in orbit here. Alright. So, yeah, that guy has psychological problems. Let's go to our lab and this book of candles. So, let me at it. I found more relics than you've had hot dinners. So, our two science people are saying, yeah, but let's go ahead and do our archaeologist, because that seems to be the most logical thing to do. I think I found a reference to a location in this sector. The system has 3 planets. Okay. That's good to know. Alright. We do want to come down on this planet. Who do we have as our lander? Malcolm right now. Okay. Well, there's nothing here, so we'll go ahead and have him go. Maybe I should have traded with that alien because we could have gotten currency, which we currently have none of. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and keep with this trajectory, because once you go around the map, you just flip over to the other side, more or less. So we're slow down a little bit here. See, as we saw there, just flip over to the other side. And now we're closer to the exotic materials we want to mine. Red killer speed. Almost textbook landing. I don't want to risk damage here, so that one bit of silicate is probably fine. I think we already have silicate, so we'll be able to work with that. And then get some more magnesium, which I believe we already used, so that won't stack with something we already have. We'll probably only get one of this. Alright, 2, that's good. And away we go. Okay, we didn't get any wreckage. That's fine. Let me go take a look at our resources here. So I do want to convert this fuel. There we go. And I don't see a reason to convert anything else. Do we have any damage we need repaired? Technically, the lander needs repairing, but I'm going to wait at this point. All right. I do want to exit, and I want to exit in a direction. Going to take us away. Now, there is a ship that just passed by. I'm not exactly sure what his deal is. We might get a chance to encounter here. There we go. We want this encounter. Looks like a new contact. Yeah, definitely new. I don't think I've seen this race before. They're trying to go away. Oh. Okay, no, I think I have encountered these guys. They're the Elitsia privateers. What a tiny, tiny little vessel. It'd almost be unsporting to destroy you. A good thing we Elitsa are not quite as capricious as we are painted. Not quite. Alright, well, we'll ask them the standard stuff, although... We are free Elitsa. We fly where we wish, do as we please. This universe has too many possibilities to be tied down by laws and good manners. We'd ask them for work. Ooh, we've got a new word added to our database, bounty hunting. Okay, the opportunities we gather are for us alone. You must find your own. Perhaps bounty hunting would suit. Provided you have the spirit for it, of course. Now, we can't trade with these guys. There's no services tab. So we'll ask about bounty hunting. Ha! You believe in honorable competition? You will find that we do not. Okay, well, we don't want to upset them. We can talk to them about the Kudhast. We don't know that much about them. Maybe they do. You lost our respect. We now consider you bipedal irritations. Okay, so we talked to him a little bit too much. This infernal prattling still continues. Have we not shown more than rules of politeness demanded? All right, well, hang up. Yes, you have wasted enough of our time. So that's where you kind of have to know when to shut up. So far, I haven't done too well with that. But maybe we can get something going with them, positive relationship. Okay, we're on course, at least I assume we are. We might crash into the planet if we don't alter course, though. This is a big-ish planet. And as their encounter said, is they weren't sure that they could handle the gravity. And hoping we could. But I actually don't know if that's true. Okay, so mission risk is high risk. There is wreckage. So it's not really the gravity, it's more just the violent convection. Alright, well, and there's also lightning. I'm going to go ahead with a change to the archaeologist. Even though, you know what? No, we're going to keep with the test pilot. And the reason being is because of the injuries. Okay. I'm going to risk it. Let's try. Gravity is a little bit of a concern. But we also have the lightning, which... I mean, the gravity would be a concern, but in this situation, it's not really. Okay. The important thing is to get to the crash site. So I'm ignoring anything else. Because if there are going to be very violent winds, we want to get there before they come in here. Ah! There are winds and they're picking up. Okay, let's visit. Okay, found the Kudash ship. No signs of life, just empty rubber shells. Literally empty. No obvious organs, muscles to touch. They're not much thicker than paper. All that's left is a lingering smell of ozone and an odd static charge to the air. Wait, I think, yes. There's the relic of the Heralds, there's the relic the Herald spoke of. Orb of Dark Places. Or take it. Got it. No idea what it is. Alright, well, let's get out of here. Before we get hit by lightning. Alright. That wasn't too bad. I think if we had stayed any longer, though, we could have seen really harsh winds. That would have made the mission very difficult. Which is why I went as fast as I did. Alright, before we talk to these guys, let's take a look at this in our lab. So, Orb of Dark Places. Sentimental crap. Might be worth breaking down into something useful. Oh, so he's the only one that has an idea of what to do. And he wants to shred it. Well, that would be a bad idea, I think. Okay. Got an interception. I think we want to give these guys what we encountered there. Okay, we're gonna answer. You have found our brethren? I see from your eyes there were no survivors. Do not grieve. It is not our way to expire, merely to dissipate and be reborn. Though that is a nuisance. Enough. Did you also find our lost relic during your search? Yeah, we will give that to them. What? This is not one of our relics, but a symbol of the non-truth prized by our heretics. If they infiltrated our citadels, this is most concerning. We must report it at once. Thank you, aliens. Humans, you have done us a great service. I didn't see what all happened over there to the right because I was focusing on the text. I would have appreciated it if it had stayed up a little bit longer, but I noticed that we gained 460 credits, and I have a feeling that we also lost some things. Okay. Well. I'm just going to go ahead and trade with them. They want our silver skull and other things. I don't want to do that. I think instead we trade them our iron. I mean, I don't think we really need iron. We've got magnesium, it's more valuable. We need to clear out some of our space, in my opinion. So let's trade our iron. Now, this is the one part of the game that I really wish was a little bit better. That you had some indicator of how much these things were worth. Let's ask for 30. Okay, so they want to give me 8 credits. Which is less than I think we can even ask for. Alright, fine. We'll just give them 8. We'll give it to them for 8. It's better than nothing. Accepted. Trade. Goods transferred. Acceptable beyond expectation. So we get our 8 credits. And I'm going to say goodbye. Before you go, perhaps a parting blessing. Oh, okay. We read you an extract from the Book of Fallen Candles. The proclaimed greatest and wisest of us formed the crusade, the Amaranth, the Consecrant, the Heralds of the Twin Polarities, the Teneb, and the Lambent, the Singers of the Light, all united as the dawn of a new era, the dawn of prophecy, the dawn destined to rise, the dawn following the path of the truth to the pillars of ascension and beyond. Yeah, leaving the rest of us behind. Come now, brother, it has been many great cycles. We have grown since then. We have reformed, matured. We have found our own truth and the darkness. Now we are finally ready to follow the path, to bring the light, find the threefold key, go beyond the pillars. Besides, it would be a shame to ascend still holding a grudge. This concludes the passage. Thank you for listening. Okay then. I figure it would be rude to just go without getting their blessing. Seems to be something they care quite a bit about. I'm curious if it will keep us in orbit, because that's where we were before we got this encounter. Yes, okay. So let's see in the database, aliens. So they refer to us as pilgrims now. I don't know if that's what they referred to us as before. I'm going to assume that in the lab we no longer have that artifact. It has now gone. Yes. Alright, well, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.